Okay, now that I've gone over some of the basics for starting an AutoCAD file and also the interface, let's do some little simple drawing. If you take a look at your drawing, you'll notice one little thing here. On your space, you have your UCS icon, which is your X and Y piece right here that's sitting at the origin. And the way you know it's the origin is because you got a green Y line and a red X line. That's usually your starting point. A lot of times that gets in the way, kind of drives me nuts, especially if I'm starting from that origin point. So I like to move it. So what I'll do is I'll put my mouse over the square for it. And as soon as you do that, you do a right click, and you'll get this thing down at the bottom that says UCS icon settings inside of this conditional properties box. And I will uncheck show UCS icon at origin. And what it does, it pops over in the corner. So no matter, how much you zoom in, how much you zoom out, it stays over there in the corner for you. The next thing that you're going to want to do then is you're going to want to now start to draw in some geometry. So one of the first things that I'm going to draw in, let's start with just a plain old simple line. Now, here's a few ways to get to the line. You can go to the home ribbon and you can click on line and it starts the command, or I'm just going to hit escape twice real quick. I can also type in L enter and that starts the line command for me also. From here, it's going to ask, always read what your command line says. It's asking, well, where's your first point? Well, if you want to start at the origin, your first point is 0, 0. And I'm typing enter, and there it is. It's ready to go. And then it wants to know, okay, well, where's your next point? Well, you think of it this way. How many over and how many up or down? Okay, so what's your X, what's your Y? Let's say, for instance, that my X, and obviously I'm going to zoom in really good here. Let's say that my X is 4. Okay, I'm going to move over 4 units. So I'm just going to type in 4. In this particular case, 4 is feet. Okay, and then I'm going to type in comma, and I'm going to say it's moved over 4, but it's going over 4, but the dot is actually, we'll say 4 up. So we'll say 4 again, and we'll say enter. And see, this is why I said I got to zoom in really, really good here. This is the spot here, and actually I'm not sure if they did that right, so I'm going to start that one more time just to make sure. Start my line 0, 0. And like I said, I want the next point to be 4, 4. So 4, 4, and hit enter. So there we go. That looks better. So there's my point. It's 4 over and 4 up. And just to kind of test myself here, I'm going to say, well, I'm going to go down 4, but I'm not going to change where my X is. So my X will be 0, and my Y will be a -4. And there we go. See how that creates this box here. So that's one of the ways of doing it, by using the coordinate method. Obviously, sometimes coordinate method takes a little bit longer. We're very visual people. We just want to draw something and put in some dimensions later. So if that's the case, you can always just start your line command again, and this really doesn't matter as far as like your points go, because you're just doing it based off of that point that you see, and you can really draw in any shape that you want. Let's say, for instance, I've decided that I'm going to then take this line down a certain number of feet or inches, because that's what I've been given if I've done some type of field measurements or anything like that. So I decided I wanted to go down this amount of, say, 2 feet. Now, here's something to pay attention to. Mouse placement is important. Because my mouse is going down or in the negative Y direction of this point, as long as I keep that there, and as long as my polar number says 90 degrees, or not my polar number, but my angle says 90 degrees, I don't necessarily have to type in a negative, right? So I can just type in 2 feet, and it will know to go down 2 feet because that's the way my mouse is going. So you could really put your mouse in any direction, any angle, and you can put in just an amount. Well, this line's going to go 5 feet in this direction, and there you go. If you want to get specific when it comes to the angles, where someone tells you was that, you know, it's about 7 feet in the 35-degree point. We'll say in a 35-degree angle. So what you want to do in this particular case, and these are called the dynamic input blocks. You want to hit the tab key. When you hit the tab key, it's going to take you to the next dynamic input, which in this particular case are degrees. And remember I said, well, it's going in 35-degree angle, right? So I'm going to type in 35 degrees. And then I'm going to hit tab again. So what that does is it keeps it at this 35, and see how it puts a lock on that? It's not going to go anywhere more than that. And then I said, well, it's 7 foot in the 35-degree angle direction. So now I'm going to type in my 7 foot. And now I've got the correct line with the correct distance and the correct angle. So this is another way that you can input lines and information into your drawing. Like I said, a lot of times people will do it freestyle, or they'll put it in by visual, and they'll just put the numbers in showing the distance between 2 points, not necessarily degrees and angles and coordinate points and so on and so forth, if you don't want to do it that way. Now that pretty much takes care of the line tool. There's other things that we could do that are also dealing with lines, but how about we handle those in the next video?